I've got the story Dr. Color Monster by Anna Llenas, and I'm going to show you exactly what questions to ask your kids while you're reading this book together so that you're getting the most out of reading comprehension. The themes developed in this book are having an emotional toolkit, emotional wellness, teaching children how to identify, process, and regulate overwhelming feelings, mindfulness, self-soothing, mental health, and well-being. All right. First question, key details. What key details help us understand why Nuna is at Dr. Color Monster's office? Okay, I think it's great that Nuna doesn't know what's wrong. She says she woke up feeling odd, confused, a little bit dazed, and she doesn't know why. So I think it's great that they recognize it, like just when you don't feel yourself, like that's enough. Like she was just like, I just don't feel myself. I don't know what's wrong. I can't put my finger on it, but I just don't feel like myself. So key detail, that is a right there question. And it's ambiguous. All Nuna knows is that I don't feel right. I feel off. Next question. All right, several pages forward, character development. What problem does the character think she is facing? Okay, again, this is answered with ambiguity. She's not really sure, so they go about describing it. He's like, what part of your body do you feel it in? And she's like, I feel it in my tummy. Well, how does it feel? And she's like, oh, well, it doesn't feel nice. So they go about finding different ways to explain things, because of course, like when you have, like when your emotions are askew and you don't feel right and it's your emotions, like you can't say my knee hurts. You just feel it differently, right? Because any problems that we have with our emotions just feeling off, you know, you can't literally point to that problem. It's not swollen, it's not sore, it's not scraped. It's ambiguous. So it's good that we point out that the problem that the character thinks she's facing is ambiguous. She can't put her finger on it, but she just doesn't feel right. And then they go through different ways of describing it, like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, which happy face describes you? Okay, next question, character development. How does Nuna start to cope with her difficult feelings? Okay, so I kind of already said it, but she's basically doing her best to identify it, and the doctor is helping her do that. Back here, he's like, so how strong is it? You know, like if it were a thermometer, like on a scale of 1 to 10, is it a 5? Is it a 6? Is it a 10? So he's helping her find other ways to describe it. And here, discomfort level, Dr. Color Monster has her look at these happy faces and which one best describes you. So finding ways to identify it, because it can be hard to identify a feeling when the ailment is a feeling. Like it can be ambiguous. It can be hard to put your finger on, especially if you're a little kid and you don't have all the words to name it. Okay, jumping forward. Central idea. How does Dr. Color Monster propose to solve the problem? All right, so in here is this is a really great page, and Dr. Color Monster doesn't go through all of these, but it's literally just like, let's see, 48 different ways that you can use to cope with like an emotional problem that you're having. You feel sad, maybe like some hot chocolate, or like maybe taking a bath, or maybe calling a friend, or you know, like all of those little things that you can do to just like try to help yourself feel better. So there's like just a huge panel of things like that can try to just make you feel better when your emotions have you feeling just not quite like yourself. So yeah, but he's gonna go through several specific ones. But yeah, those opening pages are really cool. And that of course is getting into the theme of having an emotional toolkit, because adults, kids alike, we can all have emotional toolkits and know that, oh, when I feel like this, if I do X, then I'm gonna feel better. And it's also like tuning into your emotional wellness and like recognizing that emotional wellness is a thing and you can take care of it and you can have ways to maintain your emotional wellness. Yeah, and we've already gotten into how like identifying and processing overwhelming feelings. Like even if you can only identify it by like saying what happy face describes you best, you know, identifying is identifying. Especially for a little kid, again, who like might not have the words to explain it, or, you know. Okay, so the next several pages are literally activities. This is a B, and you trace it with your breath. This is, you draw a body, and you point out where the discomfort is in your body. Like you might literally feel it in your stomach, you might feel it in your face, you might feel it in your arms. A mandala, blowing bubbles. All of these are coping mechanisms, ways to regulate overwhelming feelings. They can be mindfulness practices. This is also getting into self-soothing, like, oh, if I go color a mandala, it'll get my mind off of it. Because a lot of times we do just need to like get our mind somewhere else so that we can just get back to normal. Playing some music. Sensory bottles. I guess these are probably like bottles with like oil and like sparkles in it. Okay, next question, key details. What does Nuna do? What are the steps? Okay, so these are literally the pages that I've just shown you. What does Nuna literally do step by step to get through her emotions and to start feeling something different, to start feeling herself again? 1, she does the B. She traces the B with her breathing. 2, she draws her body and she identifies like, this is where I feel it. Like I feel it in my stomach, or I feel it in my face or my arms. She colors a mandala, she blows bubbles. Words? What was the words thing? Oh, word association. Like just tell me words that you're thinking about. Music. Okay, so those are literally the coping mechanisms that Dr. Color Monster has Nuna do to help move her through her feelings, or at least to get her mind somewhere else. All right. This gets into like, this is like what he's prescribing is like, this is what you have to do when you leave my office. He talks specifically about saying no. At the beginning, that is what Nuna was uncomfortable with. She's like, yesterday, somebody asked me to do something and I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway, and now I don't feel good about it. So he's talking to her about saying no. Last question, central idea. What has Nuna and the reader learned through this story? Okay, first, the idea that having an emotional toolkit is a thing, and that is 100% something that you have to teach somebody, right? It's a teachable skill, having an emotional toolkit and using it. Teaching the idea that an emotional wellness is a thing. Just like you get a fever, then you're gonna lay in bed and you're gonna have some chicken broth and 7-Up, right? Teaching children how to identify, process, and regulate overwhelming feelings. So having a way that a little kid can identify these feelings, even if it's a scale of 1 to 10, even if you're just matching happy faces, just a way for them to express how they feel when their words aren't quite working. And a way to regulate overwhelming feelings. That was that big fold-out page with like 48 different emotional toolkit strategies. All of these are self-soothing strategies because in the future, Nuna doesn't need an adult to color a mandala or go blow bubbles. These are strategies she can use herself when she feels like she needs them. And basically just teaching us that mental health and well-being like is a thing, right? Like when you feel bad, when you're having a bad day, when emotionally you just are not doing your best, you don't just have to write it out. There are things that you can do, and you should do them and